like 30 minutes worth of side work to do before you can leave. I know.
A few moments later.
Hello, my beautiful Homo sapiens. We have two gigglers here as our guests. Isaiah is finally back after his long, treacherous journey with cancer. He finally just got out of the deathbed. Glad he's here. But we have Kennedy Hansen as our guest today. Really cool. She keeps looking at the trees because they're so memorizing. But we have an amazing list of questions that were just made up just now, and we're ready to talk about them. But Kennedy, very first question. We asked this with everybody. Isaiah knows it. Okay, he's been gone. He's been gone forever, but he knows it. Do you like Skyline?
It's low-key buns,
Low-key
to be
buns.
honest. I mean, we just had our crap closed down for a hot minute because somebody doesn't know how to check the pipes. All my life, somebody just flushed a tampon, and that's why it didn't work, but we don't know. And then the air quality, school air is real, guys. There's black mold in your air tanks, even if you don't know it. That's why I look chopped in school, by the way. Anyways. So I just think that our school needs more funding instead of buying 4-person golf carts. Maybe get the maintenance fixed, you know?
But as our teacher brought up, and I'm saying this because he's going to be really happy.
Shout out Mr. Russell.
most of like the budget now, of course, is from like donations and other groups that are bringing it in. But as I was thinking when he brought it up, don't you think that they could maybe use some of that like even though it's specifically for this, like for the football team or for the golf, carts that they just bought, they can at least use a little bit and then put it somewhere else. It's all of them though. I'm not saying anything. She is.
Yeah, like anyways, I think that like instead of just cutting down all the money for the arts programs and the music programs and all the extracurriculars of what keeps students happy throughout the day, should be things like when sports aren't in season. Like, how much money do you need for football, right? We obviously cannot be using however much the budget is just for like 3 months. There's got to be a way that like whatever's left over we put towards things like paper. How are we out of paper? We're a school. We've been out of paper for like 6 months.
Is there anything else
about
Skyline?
I think our school's buns. I think that we need new bleachers. We need better maintenance. And I need the admin to stop riding everybody's backpacks in the hallways. They go, get the glass. I don't care. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Is that like for sure just the main things that you dislike about Skyline?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the people always are ghetto, but you're gonna get that everywhere. Shout out, don't go to IF. But I think that like if you're going to Skyline, you got to be able to have that Grizzly pride because I mean, at least we have a good football team. Hashtag won the Emotion Bowl like 6 times in a year.
Ooh,
anyways, crazy. So Tigers are. Anyways, basically, I just think that like Skyline is a pretty decent school, but that's decent, right? I think everybody's in their head, and I think we all just need to be united because we're a school. We're not just people hanging out every day in a big, sweaty, nasty building with bad airflow.
Yeah. Do you think that's a really big issue there?
Yes, I think that everybody has beef, bro. And I'm like, just be friends. I don't care if she took your lunch money. I don't care if she texted your boyfriend pictures of you cheating. Like, just make up, bro. If you got beef, solve it, bro. Throw that crap on a grill, put some seasoning on it, and just eat it up. Oh, yeah. Genuinely. Why are we keeping TS in the freezer?
What are some ways you think Skyline can help with the drama-oriented vibe there is there?
I think that they need to stop being so like, it'll sort itself out. Because like, every time anybody goes to like the counseling office and is like, yo, I'm being bullied, they're like, well, it'll sort itself out. No, it won't. It's going to keep getting worse. And we're going to keep seeing things where more people are involved. And that's when we see big fights in the hallways. That's when we see big arguments that unfold. And then that's when we see huge friend groups and lunch detention every day. So I just think that we need to stop being, it'll sort itself out and actually put stops to it.
Like how?
Well, there's lots of things like maybe Hope Squad can step in more instead of every Hope Week. Like genuinely, I don't hear nothing from those students. No, that's so true. Yeah, like you don't see them like actively trying to like help students out unless it's Hope Week. Or they're randomly like, Hope Squad's gonna have cornhole in the cafeteria. Nobody's going to that, by the way. And it's like, why are we trying to like distract everybody from the actual causes of things? And the school counselors be more worried about their 4th hour lunch breaks than actually helping students.
Is that how you really feel about the counselors?
Yes, because I feel like if I were to, like, I went in there one time and they literally just like called my dad. Like, they didn't actually do anything. They were like, that's nice. Go back to class. We're going to call your dad. Okay. You're not actually helping.
Do you think they should go back into their training, make changes with that, with personnel, counselors, teachers, whatever? Or do you think they should allow them to be more, not say hands on, but hands on?
Mm.
Let them talk to the students way more, go into more depth. You know what I mean? Actually get related with the student, talk about feelings a lot more. Do you think that would help? Or do you think they should still stay the same, maybe a little bit more, but let like other groups, like Hope Squad, other any groups that actually help the students, relate with them because they're students themselves? What's like, how would Kennedy Hansen fix that?
Low key, I'd probably start like every like 2 weeks or like a month, like student like groups, like those like group therapy things. But it's like Hope Squad members that are like trained to talk about your feelings, help you find solutions. Same with like the counselors could go to these things, throw out a box of Albertsons donuts or something on the counter. Like, I'm talking Homer Simpson your feelings, bro. Like, genuinely, like, sit down, eat everything, talk about it. And then it's like you're getting it out to a bunch of people that are probably relating to you right now, especially if you're more school focused. But the only problem that could be is like you start unloading about your home stuff, but that's when you want to have the one-on-one with that counselor. But counselors can only do so much, and some students don't have the money or the resources to go to like actual therapy, which is why I think that the school counselors need to step up more for those students.
And for sure probably put a little bit more funding towards that. Probably add a chill room as we talked about with Jenny. She brought up, and we both brought up really, that chill room would be cool. And even having like an actual, like you said, trained Hope Squad, trained Hope counselor, but an actual trained therapist there. Do you think that'd be a good idea too?
I think that would be, but obviously we can see that we don't have the funding for paper, let alone another staff member, because we did have that the fourth counselor last year, but she was cut because of funding purposes. So I genuinely think that we just need to have more funding for the schools. Like, why does Thunder Ridge have a bank in it, but we can't have paper for 6 months?
Thunder Ridge has a bank.
You did. They have an ICCU right next to their cafeteria and like 3 stories. And then didn't Hillcrest just get a new football field last year too?
I
And
think
IF just got a bunch. They just fired all of their football coaches and got new ones. Like, and we can't even have paper. I'm never gonna be mad about, like, upset about that. Like, it's only teachers that have the restrictions as well. Like, students can go into the library and print off whatever they want, and they don't care. But when it comes to teachers, they have to check out the paper. You have
yeah.
to like write down your name and then like get paper, and then you can only have so much. And it's
Yeah,
like,
and of course teachers don't want to take out their own spending to buy stuff they should already be given.
same with like math teachers having to get their own calculators and things for students in their classrooms, or like rulers and things, markers, paints, all the things for the art programs. Like, it's just a lot of money that we need that we're not given. But the football team gets new jerseys every year, so that's all that matters.
But since I've heard that you're really music oriented, and I want to give this to Isaiah because really big music fans right here, right? But you're part of Skyline Band, Skyline Marching Band. Talk to us about that. How's that been?
I think that the band is pretty awesome. We do lots of things like cool fundraisers. Like, every year we do like the jazz big band dance, and this year we actually had it at the waterfront, and we do like this big silent auction thing, and like we all bring in like baskets or items. I brought in a vintage cornet, which is basically a trumpet. And there's like Girl Scout cookies and things that I may or may not have put my name on the list 8 times, and it was at $75 before I stopped.
Oh, snap.
I really wanted the Girl Scout cookies, anyways.
Right.
But like, we had these big fundraisers because we're already underfunded.
Mhm.
But we also compete in not compete. We do like parades and things. Like, we're in the 4th of July parade. We were in like the Blackfoot parade this year. Um, we play at the football games, the basketball games. Like, we're very hype. We play at assembly sometimes, even if Mr. Newell talks over us. But we try and keep the hype. You know,
Mhm.
it's a very nice environment to be in. We're all there to play music. We're all wanting to be there. So it's like nobody. It's always just a fun class. Because we're all choosing to be there. It's not required.
Yeah,
Mhm. Sorry, give me a minute. I gotta think of a couple of questions. I woke up like 30 minutes ago. Don't worry. Um, do you just like everyone in there? Like in band class? Like, do you get along with everyone else in
Is it
there?
a good vibe in there?
Is it a
it,
good
it
vibe? Yeah.
it's always a good vibe in there.
Mhm.
I might have some favorites and I might have some people I can barely stand, but it's like we're all nice to each other's faces in the room because Miss Piper, the band teacher, likes to keep like the memo, like what, like don't bring anything into the band room, right?
Mhm.
You're here to play your music, you're here to play your instrument, and we're here to have fun. So if you have beef with somebody in there, you have to let it go as soon as you walk in that door, or she'll yell at us. Yeah, nobody wants to see that
Oh.
teacher angry. Mm.
Okay. Well, that's good. What instrument do you play?
I play the trombone. That's
The
like the
trombone. Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
seen some.
Yes, it's blue.
How do you like it?
I do like it. That's why I've never changed.
When did you start playing music?
um,
Or like
the
get into
trombone.
music? Yeah,
Mm,
trombone.
I started getting into the music in sixth grade. When I wanted to join the band when I lived in Chicago. The band teacher was really weird though, so I was in band for about 3 days before I dropped out. But I got back into it in eighth grade when I came to Eagle Rock, and I've just been playing ever since. Yeah,
Well, that's good. Yeah.
yeah. Second chair in jazz band, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Show off right here.
yeah.
I don't know.
What made you like really click with music? Is it playing it? Is it being around people that like the same thing you like? Or is it just playing the instrument at the end of the day, hitting those notes, making actual D1 music besides Drake?
Dropped 3 albums and they still sucked, by the way. Anyways, music has always been a part of my life. It's just kind of always been there, whether if it was listening to the same song that my mom had on CD because she only had one, or if it was like road trips and we're listening to that awful Disney garbage. Like music's always been around in my life, and so I've also always been like a D1 Spotify fan. So it's like I always have my AirPods in. I've always just been listening to music. So when I first started to play the trombone, it was like this is really cool. You know what I'm saying? I can read sheet music, right? It's like I see what you're doing. I see how you're doing this. And it's like music theory is hard, right? Cuz it's like when you think of reading music, you just see like all the lines and all the things, and you're like, I ain't doing all that, right? But there's like so many things to it, like key signatures, and there's like accidentals, which is if it's sharp or natural or flat, you know what I'm saying? There's like harmonics and things, there's polyrhythms, right? There's like all these different complex things that you're doing at once, right? So it's like not only are you reading this, you're also playing an instrument, right? You're having good breath control, you're counting in your head, you're also like doing whatever you do with a clarinet, right? Like you're multitasking when doing this, and I think it really calms my ADHD, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure. As Alan brought up earlier with guitar, it says it
Mhm,
brings like the same thing. It kind of like
mhm,
fascinates him, especially you
mhm,
did a good job like dwelling into it, like how it
mhm,
makes everyone feel. I feel, you know,
mhm,
like you have all these different things, and then you just gotta like work it all together, make it mush and flow
mhm.
to making it into perfection.
Which is what Drake should have done with his 3 albums he just dropped.
Iceman was horrible. I hate Iceman. I'm
I
sorry,
like
Drake.
I liked the TikTok edits better.
The
Like
TikTok
Yes.
edits were like only
the
yeah,
the
like the
people,
actual like was it like would you say it's the announcement song that he did
yeah,
for it, but it's not actually in the album? Like it
that
sounds
was
10 times
better than all 3 albums.
yeah.
Oh
But
my
anyway, as I brought up like before we just did the big old talk, marching band.
god.
Tell us like what's the of course similarity you're playing music,
Mm-hmm.
but tell us the difference. Like tell us how you guys plan all out, the geometries of
Mm.
it, like all the plans that
Yeah,
goes into it and all that.
good question. So, there's like concert or symphonic band, which is when you're sitting down in a chair with like a stand and you're watching the conductor, usually in front of like a big crowd and things. But marching band is a lot different. We're usually playing way more hyper music. We've got the big sweaty uniforms that we haven't got new ones since like the 40s, and like they're really old actually. But we are gonna get some in the next year or two, which is pretty exciting. But we're wearing these big sweaty uniforms, and it's also your horn angles are different, right? So it's like instead of like looking at your stand, right, you're like pointing down, you got to go up, right? Because you're trying to aim for like the audience above you, right? So marching band is all about like we have to walk a certain way, right? And we also have to step on beat. So
All in
what she
unison.
all in unison. So what she usually does is she says heel toe, like Squidward, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Yeah, you have to like basically think that it's like you literally just do this while you're walking. And you have to do that while playing your instrument. Your music's memorized. So you're counting in your head, you're playing your instrument, you're making sure you're breathing correctly. You have to make sure you're watching the director, and you have to remember your spot. So every summer we get what's called a drill, which is literally just a big, thick, like 10-page packet. And it's like everybody has a dot, right? I'm usually B2, right? So it's like you literally it's like a football field. It's a grid, right? It's literally like geometry. Like it's like this many yard lines over, this many steps up. And then it's like you go there for this long, and then between this measure and this measure you're walking to this spot, right? And it's like that's when we make all the cool pictures and things, and like that's when we're like, flowing.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
But would you say that, like, of course it's a little bit more stressful, but do you still get like the same sense of calmness with like just regular bands sitting in front of somebody playing it, or would you say it's more of like an adrenaline rush?
I'm gonna be so honest. Like concert band is lucky boring.
Really?
Like you're literally just like sitting there playing music, right?
For a bunch of
Obviously,
old people.
for a bunch of old people, right? Like my parents don't care, right? They're like, good job, let's go home, get in the car, right? But it's like nobody is actually there for the music besides us. We're basically just playing for ourselves, right? Because like everybody in the audience is supporting you, but not the music, right? And it's like versus marching band, it's like we're playing songs everybody knows, right? Like if we're playing Lady Gaga in the stands, you finna be dancing. We play Drake in the stands, you're boo, yeah. Make better music, Drake. Anyways, but it's like when you're in marching band, it's like you have so many things going on. It's like everybody's watching you, right? Usually we have the cheerleaders sitting up in the front line and they're cheering for us, right? It's like even if you're getting your snacks and you only care about the game, we're still having fun, which is like all that really
And
matters.
do you think that's what makes it so special to you?
Yeah, genuinely. Like if I didn't have marching band in my life, I'd have to like find friends to hang out with in the summer, Versus
Be
like,
behind a dumpster just looking for anybody.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to hang out? Yeah. No. It's like instead of spending my summer like reading and learning music, and I'm like learning my drill, and I'm hanging out with all these people that I've been playing with for years on end. Like we have a thing called band camp, which is like 2 weeks right before school, where we go from 8:30 to 3:30, and we just are outside learning our drill for a week straight. Where we just go there and we drink a crap ton of water and we sit there, and she's like, "Yes, is that the right note?" Right? Like it's a lot of fun, and I genuinely think that it's mostly for me,
Yeah.
not everybody else, because band kids get hate.
Yeah. Just a
Like,
little bit. Maybe no.
how is
There's more
golf
than that.
considered a sport but marching band isn't? I walk way more than those old dudes. You know what I'm saying? You dragging your clubs around. I drag my trombone around.
Hey, they have golf carts. They can probably use Skyline's golf
Yeah,
carts.
the new
Yeah.
one that they're using. Yeah, yeah. That's
But
where all the
would you
people
say
are.
that music let you like go out a lot more for sure?
Mm.
Yeah. But then do you think it gave you like a lot more opportunities and go into a lot more different things than you thought you would never get into?
Yeah, for sure. Like going to like all the local band shows that play around in Idaho Falls is like always super fun. Or it's like there's like these big like Idaho symphonies and things where like all these kids get together. There's an honorary band where kids go and audition, and then it's like one per every band if you're lucky. And then they all gather around in some place in Idaho and play. And it's like you can also go into music if you wanted to, but it's like knowing music is always just a good thing because not many people can read music and things. So it's like if you understand music, you could probably play any instrument you set your mind to.
Yeah.
Like piano, you're reading two different music clefs, right? You're reading treble clef and bass clef, and it's like you're looking at the same note, but they're two different notes, if that makes sense, right? And you're doing that at the same time. Your left hand's playing your bass and your right hand's playing your treble, right? So shout out people that play piano. That crap is hard, okay? But it's like you can go anywhere with music, to be honest. Everybody loves music. Like people tap their foot all the time, that's music. Everything that makes a sound is music, right? Like the cello is supposed to be like the closest thing to the human voice, and like everybody saw Wednesday and thought that crap was gas. So
That's cool.
take
But
notes, Drake. Sorry.
Drake actually needs a lock in. But I'm glad you feel that way. But do you What's your opinion on the Drake album? Since we keep bringing up, we're mainly talking about the Iceman one. She's talking about the whole three, but
All three, yeah.
I think the Iceman one
Iceman.
is the most buns.
Okay,
To
so
be
first
honest.
of all, Drake, do not be dropping a song called "Too Hard for the Radio" when you
Oh
know
my god,
dang well
it's
nobody's
not.
playing that.
No.
You know dang well nobody's playing that. Also, can we talk about him spending 120 something thousand on the Michael Jackson glove? Like, what are we doing? How about you he out of here, bro? I'm genuinely done, bro. Just
He's
say
nothing
he's
like Michael Jackson. Too hard for the radio did not relate.
Iceman because none of his bars were heat, bro. Swear. Frozen
None
like
of
the
them were
ice age.
fire.
Nah. Dude, or like when he said, what did he say? It was like one of the songs where he said, I tried so hard, the I and the R like got switched around, so
Oh
it said
my
so
god,
it said
yeah.
tired. Like you're not tough, bro. You are
No.
not tough.
It actually sounded like he just got bored
Mm.
after sitting on his butt making all the riches from his actual good albums. And then he just decided to make one, and then he was just sitting in his bare underwear in his bed, just making those ones, saying whatever. That's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like he like went on ChatGPT and was like, "Yo, make me a
Make me
beat,"
a
and then
actually.
and then he like was like first take a wonder. He put TS in the studio and then released it.
It was so bad. Would you say that like I don't know? Would you say that a lot more people should get into it, especially like
Into
up and
hating on
comers
Drake?
going into no like
Oh,
actual music? Okay,
okay.
that too. You can do whatever. I prefer Kendrick, but
Mhm.
would you like recommend a bunch of other students, especially at Skyline, to get into the music realm?
I genuinely think that you should. Like being able to teach yourself how to like breathe a certain way is always good, right? Like taking really good deep breaths effectively, right? Like genuinely like learning knowing how to breathe properly, like not even properly, but like correctly, low key helps. Like not even just in music. Like learning how to take good deep breaths that are actually beneficial to you is so helpful, right? Right? We're taught in band to sit straight, right? And when you take a big deep breath, you want to mouth breathe, right? And you want to literally open up your lungs, right? It's like you're making sure you're using all the space in your lungs for big things, and it's like it's just good without like I sleep so much better now that I'm into music, to be honest, because I can breathe a certain way, right? Or it's like just knowing like how to find beats and things is already just a good thing. Like so many people can't clap on beat, right? But like knowing music and like all of that is just genuinely helpful. I'm not like a huge insane music person. Like I can't listen to a Drake song and be like, oh, that's A flat, but he's not playing it right. Like I'm not that big into music, but shout out those people. Those
Or
are
you're
tough.
like, oh, I hear the F. I hear the F.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Ooh,
soothing.
ooh,
Ooh,
yeah. B sharp.
ooh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Bond's album. Yeah.
But what are some ways that you would like? I don't know, recommend to like music teachers or anything like that?
Mhm.
Because you brought up earlier, and it's kind of like a big thing. There's all these memes about band kids or
Mhm.
whatever, right?
Mhm.
What would you say to like teachers to make it sound not so? Of course, it's just a persona thing. Everyone's
Mhm.
opinions, and they put it out there, and everyone else thinks the same thing, right?
Mhm.
But like, they're really band kids are known for being like awkward and
Mhm.
weird and corny. How would you
Mhm.
recommend like teachers if they deal with a kid like that that thinks that has that mindset to like change that? Like, yo, band isn't that cool. F sharp,
Mhm.
you no one else
Mhm.
can play that, but
Yeah.
you can if you join band.
Yeah.
Like, what are some ways?
I think that it's all just like based on stereotypes, right? Like I'm probably not like the typical band kid, right? Like I brush my hair, I shower regularly. I don't play video games every day. I'm employed like yeah, like like there is like that preference and it is very very common in the band, which is why there's like the band kid and the kid in band difference, right?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
probably a kid in band. Like I don't make it my whole personality, but I make music my whole personality, right? Because that's why I'm there. I'm not there to be with the weirdos. I'm there to play the music, you know? So I think that it's just like stereotypes and like prejudices, and I think that if we were to like look like get rid of that for everything, like things like racism and things like it's everywhere. All these prejudices and things like everybody thinks that every single football player is into muscles. And like even if 80% of them are, there's that 20%. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we just got rid of stereotypes in like every category across the scale, we wouldn't have these things where people are like left out, right? And like
ew, that's a band kid.
mhm. And like same with like Disney shows, like we're embracing that like jock bullies band kid, right? We're embracing that mean cheerleader thing, right? we're embracing that nerds are gross, right? It's like it's just like movies and stereotypes and things that we're setting that standard. Same with like beauty standards are super unrealistic. It's like just like those ones are unrealistic because not everybody's the same. Just because they are into something that's cool.
Do you think that has been going on the down low though, especially with band and all that? Everyone's been getting rid of it. Everyone's been like calming with it. Like, what's your opinion on it?
I think that some band kids still do get picked on. Or it's like random football players like, the band, right? And it's like you're literally sweating in a uniform right now, but okay. Like I think that like the extracurriculars just need to stop hating on each other, right? Unless you're an esports kid. Um, Esports kids need to shower. Did you know that esports they actually just put in a rule that if you don't have good hygiene, they will kick you out of the tournament? Like
Oh,
genuinely,
wait,
the
wait.
BO
Our
is so
our
bad.
our teacher has a has a standard deodorant like where he sprays you in
Oh my
like
god.
Yeah.
I
uncontaminating
told
you
Isaac
walking in.
about it, and I told Isaac about it, bro. This dude was too leaky. He's like, that's the most disgusting thing ever. Okay, like we're not hating on those esports kids, but like, please.
I'm hating on the esports.
Okay, well,
kids.
she is, but please, I advise you, please, please, please,
Please wear
please. I feel
deodorant.
bad for the teachers, the ones who are in esports who are focusing on like, trying to, you know, what is it called?
Teach you to shoot guns on a video game. Play
Exactly.
COD, bro.
Right?
Also, why is that a sport but marching band isn't? Right? There's like that big debate that
Yeah.
that band isn't a sport, but it's
Yeah.
like these losers are sitting in front of a PC playing Mario Kart, and it has sport in the name.
Like, how
What
does
is
that
it?
make sense? Like, please tell me. I heard that they were adding a class for it too.
No, you guys gotta think about it. They have a mental capability.
Oh,
They can
yeah.
watch for their 24-hour deodorant.
Yeah.
Put it on again.
And they have like a time limit, like on the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
No, dude. It's just like I don't even know. Like obviously band isn't as hard as like sports like badminton, but like
But there's some called like speed walking, and some people
Mhm.
actually consider that a sport.
yeah, or like those people that have like the pretend horses and they're like doing the laps, you know?
exactly.
The like pretend horse galloping chicks. I can't jump that high, but join track.
Just do track at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are some of your biggest like controversies in music that you like most?
Controversies?
Yeah, like Kendrick versus Drake, Slim Shady
Mm.
dissing on everyone. Well, it's like stuff like that.
I mean, I like the little clash, you know what I'm saying? I like listening to like what they say like in like response to whatever diss it was or like we hate on Drake, but Family Ties was low key fire. Family Ties low key hit. A solid 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good for Drake. So but like I do like the little clash. Like obviously we gonna mess with Biggie and Tupac. Come on. But like the thing is, just like I usually try not to pick sides, except Kendrick all the way. But
Kendrick all the way.
yeah, they not like us. Whatever he said. But like I try not to pick because it's like I do want to enjoy both these artists' music, especially when like I know that they're like a thing. Like I love a little duo, right? We're right back to that topic of unity, bro. Like music genuinely connects people, whether it's with beef or with love, bro. Or if it's with pedos, like Drake and David.
Talking about David.
Bro,
Tell
David.
us about the whole David thing.
Bro, don't even get me started on
Look,
David,
we gotta.
bro.
Okay, so from what I understand, before we get to Kennedy's part, is like I heard that like he had like some dudes. He had some chick's body in the back of his car or something.
Back
Front.
in his Tesla, bro.
Or
Front.
was it his Tesla?
Yes, it was in his Tesla,
Well,
a black
Tesla.
one.
It did not look like a Tesla from what I
It
was
was
looking
a
at.
It was
Tesla.
a nose card.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
It
not
was
a big Tesla person,
Anyway,
guys.
we're getting off track. Basically, David like was talking to his girl, murdered her, left her in the car.
Some of the
And
songs
then-
are from her, though.
and
That is a fact.
related, and then like he found out he had the big
Mhm.
CP word,
Mm-hmm.
and then
40 terabytes of it on his
Ugh,
phone, by the
that
way.
is
That's
like
crazy.
that is like a whole PC nerds go over about. That
No,
is like a whole PC worth of child.
yeah.
It's actually crazy. Anyway, Kennedy, dive into it since you're the big nerd. Knows
Okay.
it in and out, she says.
So basically, the body was found in September, the day after the girl's birthday, where she would have been 15. They find her body dismembered and in a lot of different parts. Later, the police shows a report saying that the stab that probably killed her was right here. and they recovered all of her remains except 2 fingers that we later find out had a tattoo of his name on her ring finger, said David. Another crazy fun fact is, so when the police found the body, they found everything, right? It was obviously cut up with tiny blue fragments, right? Which they later revealed that he cut her up with a chainsaw in a kiddie pool. Yeah, and he also had ordered like burn cages to his house. And he was also he's being currently prosecuted. This is all alleged, by the way. But he allegedly was lying in wait, meaning that he was planning on murdering her. They met in about 2022 when she was 11 and he was 17. And they were basically dating for like since then. They find messages saying, all we do is have sexual intercourse, I want something better for myself. And then he's basically like, leave me, I kill you. And he did. So we see that she was actually pregnant with this kid and he made her get an abortion. He also cheated on the 14-year-old with a 16-year-old back in like 2023, I believe. She actually ran away from home 3 times to be with him. She lived in Lake Elsinore, which is in California, and he lived in LA. And she ran away from home a few times from her family to go be with him. And the one right before she went missing, and we didn't see her again, was back in 2024. She went missing, and the police found her like a week later. They bring her back home. She goes to school, and she tells kids at her school and a teacher, she's like, "Hey, I was with my boyfriend David in LA, right? And I'm going back there." She then leaves. She is reported as a missing person again. And then a few months later, right, like a year later, she's turned up dead in the back of this guy's Tesla, right? And there's a video of her teacher talking about this.
When I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA.
So there's like all these conspiracy theories of like what's been going on with that, but what we know is like if we think about his music, right? When the police first raided his house back in September and October, they released a song that he hadn't released called Celeste, the name of the girl, and where he says, "Oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed across her chest," right?
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
what
hear
was
her
hearing
voice
about.
every time I see her. Yeah, right. Like weird crap for about a 14-year-old,
Yeah, that's
right?
wild.
Like that's younger than me, right? That's younger than all of us.
All
We're
of us,
unk. We're
actually.
unk. Yeah.
Oh my
Like, can you imagine being in 7th grade with some adult boyfriend who's famous and is like using the crap out of you, but you can't get out of that situation, right? He actually had 2 different houses in LA. And the one that they ransacked, right, back in September, they called like he was like renting it out basically. So they called the realtor and they were like, "Yo, like how long this been here?" And he was like, "I didn't know he lived here. It's under his manager's name." The realtor didn't know that David was living in that house.
What?
So they were like, "Yo, I did not know he was up in my place, in my crib."
Mm-hmm.
So, which is that? So he was keeping her in this other one. We also see in like live streams where he's with these like 2 other celebrities, and they're like, "Yo, your bathroom smells weird," and the guy's like, "Nah, there's probably a body up in that bathroom, but."
Oh no.
Because like the smell of decay is so like ripe. I know this from forensics. I'm not a weirdo.
Yeah, I
But
took
like,
forensics too, so don't
yeah.
worry.
So it's like, it literally smells so bad. I can't. There's nothing else like it. But it's like, so what they decided was that like we also see like pictures of her like at his concerts and things, right? He also was dating an adult named Celeste who looked just like her. So when you see pictures, people were like, is it the adult or is it the kid? Right? They both have long curly hair. There's also like a post of somebody that was going to David's parties, and there was a party where he brought a tattoo artist and was like, "Yo, tat everybody up," right? And then when they got to Celeste, they were like, "Yo, I'm gonna need to see ID. I'm not tattooing a minor," right? Which is what a professional would do. But since she is obviously very, very underage, they didn't have an ID for her. So the tattoo artist was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." And then he like sent the girl away. But the older Celeste would go by Cece when the younger one was around. So there used to be conspiracy theories that like the older one murdered the girl because she was jealous. But like there's just like all these different pieces and things that have been playing out. Like we can see in one of his music videos where it's like an animated music video where he's got like that like Michael Myers or whatever, like the claw, you know what I'm talking about? Is that Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger? I don't know. The one with like the claw hand, the
claw hand,
Wolverine
the
looking one. Is it
Wolverine?
like
Or Freddy Krueger?
blades.
Freddy Krueger? Yeah, the blades on his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically like we see him with like one of these like blade hands slicing up a girl with black curly hair and then dragging her into the trunk of a car. Yeah, that's a little suspicious, buddy. Um, and it's just like we see all these things and we're like, what are you doing? Like genuinely, what are you doing? And then there's like when the day that the police ruled as like dead, right? Like the when they were like, okay, this was her date of death, right? Which was obviously very, very hard to tell, considering she was cut up in the back of a black Tesla for weeks on end in the sun in LA, and it's like she was gone. So like,
And with supposedly a chainsaw too, that really
yeah,
messes stuff up.
yeah, and it's like you're cut up. They're also missing fingers. They didn't even know the gender of the body when they first found it. Like it was in a black garbage bags in the front of a Tesla, right? So it's like all these crazy pieces, but it's like the day that they ruled this her date of death, he was actually playing a concert because he was on tour when all of this was
Oh
Oh
happening.
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
He released his album Withered, and basically he was like all on tour. So the day that they found the body, he was actually playing a concert in, I believe, South Dakota. So he was like a few states away. So they were like all the David fans were like, yo, he didn't do it. He was like this many states away, like he couldn't have done it, right? He obviously did, but allegedly did it. But basically, like that same day when he was like playing, like the day that they ruled his her death, he played his song Afterlife 3 times in a row. Where at the end he literally says, "I'll love you from the afterlife," and there's clips online of him literally crying while playing this mid concert, and it's like, huh,
Huh.
huh. But like, it's just like a lot happened with this whole thing, and it was like, TBTBH, I used to be a David fan back in 7th grade. I went and saw him in concert right before 8th grade. And it was like, my mom told me, like, isn't it weird that this guy's got coffins and he talks about death and like he's got bloody t-shirts all the time? And I'm like, nah, it's the vision.
It's the
I
vision.
think he was confessing
That's
to
how it is to be in
alleged
the music
crimes.
world.
Yeah. But it's like, he was like, romantic homicide it was posted on her birthday. Romantic homicide. Right. I killed you in the back of my car, right? Do you remember all the clips of that? Like in the back of my car, you died? Yeah. Like all the AI. But it's like, in the back of my mind, you died, but it's like, it's not in your head, bro. I genuinely think that he was guilty. I think when he first started talking to her and like they first started dating and it was like, she's 11, I genuinely think that like he was like, this, you can't live after this, right? So the reason that he allegedly did all this was because she threatened his career. She was like, I'm gonna tell everybody you're a pedo. Let me go home. And he was like, ugh! Yeah.
How do you
sorry,
think
sorry.
this even happened?
Yeah.
How do you think this happened in the first place anyway?
Yeah.
Since
Um,
it's the age gap is like a 47-year-old dating
questionable.
a 15-year-old.
Yeah. So they met online, probably through like something like Discord. I used to be in the Discord server back in the day because listen. He used to post like unreleased music. He'd be like, "Yo, should I release this?" And he would like literally send voice notes in this Discord, right? That's why I joined it. I was like, "Yo, I want unreleased music of this guy," right?
Be like corpse just hearing his voice.
Sure, bro. Sure,
Oh.
bro. No, but he would be like, guys, do you think this TikTok's funny? And then he'd send a random TikTok to this Discord group, right? Because before he was a music artist, he was actually a Fortnite streamer, right? He's always been chronically online. So the fact that he like had a Discord group and he was actually active in it was like really cool as a fan, right? This was like before he got like too big, right? Not to say I was a niche fan or anything, but like I used to watch his Fortnite streams and then like I was like, yo, he's making music, it's kind of tough, right? And it's like he started making music in his sister's closet and it's like I thought he was so cool, right? But I was only active in that Discord group chat for about a month and then I never touched Discord again because it's low-key corny. But we see screenshots from this Discord group chat of somebody saying, "David, you're so cool, adopt me." He replies to it and at 09117, right? Her birthday or whatever. I think it's 0912, right? But they like he adds this user and is like, should we? And it was literally her account. Like they've been linked. It's been linked to her, right? Or there's like a TikTok that that David posted back in 2024. So around the time that she went missing, I think it was a month or two later. He posted a video and it was like him talking about like me when she doesn't respond or something, right? Something relatable or whatever, right? Somebody said it was like Red Robin, oh 0912 or whatever her birthday is, right? That was the username. And they said, waiting for LAPD to catch your ass. A year before the murder stuff came out. A year before, right?
That's crazy.
And people were, and like there's also like the Twitch stream when he's literally streaming with her at his second house, right? And where he's like, that's illegal, and then she's like, it's illegal to yada yada minors, right? It's like cut out because it's like obviously censor issues. And then he goes, mods, delete this chat, right? And it's like people
Ban this guy.
ban this guy. But it's like I think he wanted to get caught, genuinely, because it's like a lot of the music artists that are like really, that have like all these really big crimes and things, they're still big and still talked about today. And I genuinely think David just wanted the fame.
Really?
I'm gonna be so honest, because it's like, why would you write so much music about it? Why would you post so much online about it?
To make it
Like-
a loophole.
Yeah, and he even made it his brand of like murdery things, right? Like it was his brand to like all of the merch was literally white button downs with red handprints of blood all over them.
Yeah.
And like whenever he would perform Romantic Homicide live, he would put on a blindfold. He would put on a blindfold while performing it. And it's like his whole brand was about like death and loving a girl, right? Unless it was like songs that he did for movies, like Feel It wasn't really about anything, or like Remember Me or whatever it was for Arcadian, right?
Or even Invincible too.
Yeah, Invincible. So it's like his whole brand was based around like loving somebody and like, you know, all the weird, creepy, like, I'm gonna murder you, but I love you, right? Like, that was his whole brand. Yeah,
David.
David.
Or
Yeah.
anyone else. Like, if you really think about it, you go like,
No, probably
know.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
There you go.
Or it's like Drake, right? Wasn't he a pedo? Didn't Drake come out as a pedo and then everyone was like, whatever, passion yeah, right? Or like, Kiki don't love you, Drake. We don't love your albums either.
Is there like one thing you want to bring up or talk about?
Stay in school, kids. Lock in all your grades. Go to class on time. And
She does none of this, by the way.
shut up. Anyways. Just thug. Learn how to skate. Don't make fun of band kids. Listen to more music unless it's Drake. Get out. You might as well delete everything on your phone if you listen to Drake. Genuinely, unless it's Family Ties or Passion Fruit. If it's like the 5 listenable songs by Drake, get out. Get out. Genuinely, get out.
Okay. Anyway, Homo sapiens, my beautiful Homo sapiens, remember to drink water, eat good. Remember to go to our Instagram account. All of our Instagram accounts, I'm gonna pop them up all right here. We're pretty peak. Kennedy Hansen was pretty peak. Talk to her in person. Talk to her about her band. You know, talk to her about her music choices, all of that, and diss on Drake with her. But I love you, my Homo sapiens. Mwah! I love you so much, and we will contact with you with a new video. Bye bye.